Hello everyone, I am Chrispy from Eclipse TCG. Today we are here following the PQ at Collection Realm in Lake Park. My boy Wes, also known as Shadowfax, took it down. He's a champion with Lando Lake Country.
Yes, sir.
I ended up being the runner-up, and our boy Reflex ended up being third. So we had a clean sweep here at this PQ.
Yeah.
Wes was on Lando Lake Country. He had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, I did have a lot of fun. Been having a lot of fun past few weeks, I guess past few months for us. Yeah, today was a lot of fun. Again, clean sweep by the team here. But I wanted to hear about our boy Chrispy here because it wouldn't be a Chrispy tournament without a Chrispy deck. So we're gonna do a little spicy deck tech for you guys today. And this is right after the PQ, so this is coming at you live here in Florida. So I'm going to let Chrispy take it away.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
So here we've got Aurra DV, which is popping up a little bit here and there. But I just want to kind of run down what I added to the deck and kind of my take on it. So first, Aurra plays kind of like your soft control. You're, trying to control the board early on, eventually get to these big bombs, but you're not just playing, spell. You're playing a lot of units. So your first turn plays that I've got are Gonk, Director Krennic, the Dark Trooper, and Leppy Lookout. These are all very solid units. The Dark Trooper and Leppy Lookout are great at swinging at three health units that are on the ground. Even with Aurra's ability, allows them to clean out a lot of the 2/4s that we see in the meta. Director Krennic, just a great sturdy unit, and then the Gonk Droid, which, if left alone, can really bring out some of your bigger units, even in the mid-game, just getting some of these units out a turn early. These are all the first turn plays that we've got. Now, we know for a data vault that the 12 turn 1 plays does seem a little on the low side, but that's because we have some pretty reactive 3-cost units. We have Lots Razi, and we have the Eager Escort Fighters. We've got kind of pseudo ambushers. We've got the ambusher and the Eager Escort Fighter, and then we also have Lots, who deals damage to another ground unit when played. But even if you don't have any of these 2-drops, having one of these is a nice way to make up for that, because you're then getting some damage in, you're getting that kill, and you're doing that controlling thing. Now, these are great, but Gonk can really bring out some of your 4 costs early. So we've got Bosk, we've got the Expendable Mercenary, and we've got the Perimeter ATRT. So earlier on, we are just trying to sort of stall out the game. The ATRT is just a great sentinel. It gets in the way. With the 3 power plus the Aurra ability, you're stopping the 4 health units from swinging at you. Bosk is an incredibly powerful card, especially with Aurra. Being able to have him swing at 5 health units by himself and clearing them out is very strong. Also, him giving a unit -1/-1 allows Aurra to set up the kills on maybe 2 health, like the 3 2s in space, that normally you wouldn't be able to get to. But with Bosk and Aurra together, you're able to clear them out. The Expendable Mercenary is a great unit to get you up to Aurra. We're a 7 deploy leader. A lot of times you do need to ramp up in order to get to her ability faster, so that way you can stabilize earlier. Also, a good when defeated to play with Krennic, being able to play this on turn 2. You can see I use this very well in my matches against Boba, where you just want a body for that indirect, and then you also get to ramp off that. So very strong, nice set of 4-drops there. Then from here, in kind of like the mid-range, it gets a bit more thin. You're playing more units. This is where some of your kill spells are coming in. So even though this is a control deck, you're not playing a ton of spells. The only events that you've got are 3 Knowledge and Defense, 2 The Tree Remembers, 3 of No Glory Only Results, and 3 of Lost and Forgotten. So once you get into kind of like that mid-range, you've established the board a little bit, maybe you've helped control some units. Now you just need to remove units, so that way, because like their bigger units are going to be doing a lot more damage, they're going to be having their leader out. You just need to thin the board and take as little damage as possible. So we've got these. Knowledge and Defense was a powerhouse all day. It's a data vault. We got a lot of cards. We got to be able to cycle through them. Just being able to give something, -2/-2, draw a card. You're saving 2 damage, even if you can't get a kill with an aura or one way or another. Just being able to kind of save yourself some life, draw a card does really well. No Glory, Lost and Forgotten, staple cards of any removal. And the Tree Remembers also is a very strong card if you fall behind on tempo. So being able to, like, if you miss a turn 1 play and then you play a 3-drop to kill their 2-drop, and they play the 3-drop, you can then claim into the Tree Remembers. So you're playing a little bit behind on tempo, but you're saving your health, and you're really just trying to save up until you get to your big bombs. And so we've got a few units in here, and these kind of thin out where I can kind of play really, only a couple of them. I only need to play a couple of them in order to make it through. So we've got 2 of the Cruel Commandos. I love these guys. These guys were champions all day. Eighth Brother, just a good, strong body, good ambusher. A lot of these events aren't able to clear out enemy leaders, so being able to have a nice sturdy body that you can ambush into a leader when it deploys and try to follow it up with some other units. Often, I've got Eighth Brother here swinging into some of the 6 deploy leaders when they come out, and then he'll try to finish them off on the following turn. Because Aurra can't kill leader units, so we've got Eighth Brother to help kind of clear that out. Once we get into the middle of the game, you start to have a hand, you start to figure out, what you want here and there. The only bomb that I have at a 3 of is the Cantwell Arrestor Cruiser. This guy was a champion all weekend. He tapped down leaders, he tapped down 7-drops. Every single time that I went into my deploy turn, I wanted to flip Aurra, kill something, play Cantwell Cruiser, stop their next biggest thing. This guy just does so much. You can hold things down with the 6/7 body. It's very difficult for them to remove them unless they've got some of these control style cards where they can just quickly remove it. But the 6 damage then going to base for the rest of the game, really I think the MVP of the tournament. Would not play this deck without 3 of them. So then for the rest of the top end, we have 2 Lando Calrissian, 2 the Purgle King, 2 Lawbringer, 2 Director Krennic, and then we have 2 Annihilator. These are some huge units. These are the payoffs. You are trying to control the board, so that way you can get to play these units. Lando and Purgle King are fantastic at stabilizing. They do a lot of healing over the course of a game. The Purgle King being able to draw cards, specifically right after Aura's flip, so you'll have a fresh, healthy body for Aurra. Maybe you played the Cantwell as well. The Purgle King is going to let you draw a lot of cards, get a lot of gas here. And when you're a control deck, being able to draw a whole bunch of cards right away is very powerful. It gives you the momentum and essentially the power to continue on for the rest of the game. Lando also works very well with Aurra. If there are times where you're behind, and if you don't want to have the Cantwell Arrestor Cruiser, you can play Lando, have something get captured, and then flip Aurra and get that captured unit right back. So you're getting the healing, and you're not really losing your unit for long because you're setting up the kill with Aurra. There's a couple other upgrades that you've got in here. I have 2 Craving Power, they're also sort of removal, and Condemn. Condemn is very strong into a lot of decks that don't have upgrade removal, Lando being one of them. You can kind of throw that on their leader, and they don't really have any way to get rid of it. They just need to hope that you don't have the disclose cost for it. Yeah, this is, I like, just looking at it right here, I don't think there's much I would change about the deck. I think that I'm very greedy on the top end, that I've got a lot of units. I just wanted to be main decked for control, so that way when I go against control, I have the best chance of winning game 1. I would hate to lose game 1 and then have to find a way to win game 2 quickly to try to get a game 3 to avoid a draw. So the main deck is all about being greedy, trying to win those game 1s against control, so that way I'm not having to play from behind. So the sideboard is all about getting lower and helping to stop aggro. So I have 2 Kill Switch. I have 3 Pirate Snub Starfighter. I have 3 Droid Laser Turret. And I have 2 of the Tragedy of Plagueis. So I've got these cheaper units here that come in and replace a lot of my top end when I need to fight earlier on against these aggro decks. Kill Switch is great at just stalling my opponent. And then the Tragedy of Plagueis, it comes in against, some other top end stuff where I just need a 5 cost removal for anything. But also it works very well with all of the Sentinels that I've got. The Droid Laser Turret, the ATRT, the Cruel Commandos. I can kill a unit and then make my Sentinel immune to damage, and it doesn't die to damage for that phase. So very powerful, very cool card. Otherwise, here's the deck. I'm super happy with it. Glad we ended up sweeping it.
Yeah. And Chrispy, if I'm picking up Aurra for the first time, what are some just quick tips, last 30 seconds here, that you would tell somebody who's saying, hey, I like this character?
Take your time, know your math. Set up Aurra's ability. It's very strong, and I think you can play a lot from behind. Like, this deck catches up very quickly, so don't feel bad if you're falling behind early in games. You will stabilize.
Awesome, Chrispy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.